Hello, everybody who was live or replay. My name is Efel, and welcome to this channel again. My name is Efel in here, and today we are going to learn the Roblox Studio again until my project is done. Maybe tomorrow it will be done, not today, but yeah, I try my best to finish it today because tomorrow is a busy day. I have to move from this place to another place, and yeah, I hope today it's a good day for me to learn all of this stuff and finishing all my project. I mean, like finishing this project. Okay, so yeah, I mean, like welcome to everybody to my channel again. Today, yeah, we're still making a shop system in here, and it's still not working for me. I don't know why. I think it's because I have a small brain and a monkey brain that could solve the code, solve the. Oh, I forgot. I forgot to change the thumbnail. The thumbnail. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, people. Wait a minute, people. Let me just change the thumbnail real quick. From here, I guess. No. Okay. I'm gonna change it like. Okay, that's cool. That should be cool. Let me check my WhatsApp and put it in here. Yes. Okay, before we start this beautiful day, I want to do some thing real quick. Can I change the timeline from this? Yes, I don't know. I just want to change the timeline though. Let me see. Let me change the thumbnail, okay? Let me change it. Ugh. Okay, the thumbnail was changed. Okay, okay. Let's continue this journey again. Welcome to everybody. I'm gonna check nothing to be checked because yeah, let's just get to the Roblox studio because it's already afternoon and I have to finish it uh, in the evening. I have to finish it. Yeah, the system was works. The click button also works, but the problem is when you click yes or no, it's nothing happen. I think the problem is in this stuff and the things is gotta do it. And can I do some? Let's go into that. Yes. We had some else statement again, maybe in here, or maybe not. Let's just gotta move on to the channel plus and see the brow depth.
Thanks for stopping by. Press, and then it'll give us a bunch of options. We even have our menu button right here that pulls up a panel that shows the menu. You can see settings, report, help, record, and all this other stuff that Roblox have.
Banyak alasan buat lampaui batasan bareng Valorant. Buat sih.
Are viewport frames, a very unique type of frame on Roblox that displays 3D objects on a 2.6-inch. What was, let's say, things 2000. Now it might look a little. So create a new script instead.
Okay, this is too much. Maybe I just go from GUI. Roblox Studio. UI layout, yes.
Welcome back to my Roblox GUI tutorial series. My name is Braldev, and in this episode we'll be discussing about UI layouts with things like list layouts, grid layouts, page layouts, and things like that. So I want you to imagine that we're creating an inventory system, and we want to be able to display all the items in our inventory to show on one single frame. And the way that we would need to do that is to display each and every one of them onto the frame so that they have their own space within that frame. And to show you an image, typically this some problems related with enter, then what's going to happen, keep doing runs as well using, we can even change things up left and off the frame just like this if you have so many things inside of one frame. And what go style but type of layout, but it's that view different types of frames, different.
Oh my god, it's gonna goes to Braldev challenge maybe.
Okay.
Because I'm still confused though. We're not talking about this.
Hey, thanks for stopping by. Event where if a player constantly steps on this shop, but either way works for you. To my tool as well, so that we can fetch. And let's copy everything that's into here by hitting Control Z and then just pasting it all into here, so that we can just reuse what we currently have. So for our prompt, let's change the text to "Welcome to my," and I can duplicate it. This one is going to be the knife. But now to so we can here 2 different times so that we can make all of them functional. Now this already does look pretty messy. I'm doing here additional parameters to let us know which tool we're trying to look for when we are making this purchase. So let's actually create 2 parameters here. So the first one is going to be the tool name, and then the second parameter is going to be the tool price. When we implicitly call player, we want to pass in these 2 parameters as well so that we know which tool we're trying to look at. So let's do this. Now remember, player is already implicitly being thrown into here, so we can skip throwing in player. What we do need to put in is the tool name and the tool price. So in quotations, we're going to say stored be and to which our coins value condition. Instead of it being 50 all the time, let's replace this with the tool price, and we will do the same thing down here. Now, the way we're able to put parentheses name. Good, so let's test if I try buying the sword. So as you can see, first thing that happened, deck, and it did. We can see that we now have the flashlight inside of our backpack. Pretty nice shop system that allows us to be able to buy. So the first requirement I have for you is to use a remote function, obviously because that's the title of this episode. The next requirement is to make at least 3 buttons or tools for this shop system. You can either go to the toolbox to look at some tools for you to use inside of your game, or you can try creating your own tools for your shop, but either way works for you. The third requirement is I want you to use the clone function to take the bot tool and put it inside of the player's backpack. So just take down here, I can actually see that there's okay, put tool in the starter pack. Yes, let's do that. Okay, and let's look for two more. So I'm just gonna take this to make it more simple. Flash these is creator 2 into here by hitting Control Z and then just pasting it all into here. To text to left. And we'll coin to open up. Instead of make reference to one buy button, we need to make references to all 3 buttons so that we can make all of them functional. So what we're going to do is rename buy button to sword button and change the reference to sword. And let's copy and paste this 2 more times so that we can get references to the other buttons. So this one will be flashlight. So this one's going to say flashlight. And this one is going to say make all these buttons functional times so that we can make sword button. And in order to make all these buttons functional, we need to copy what we have with our code. Now, this already does look pretty messy. I would not recommend doing it like this. What I would recommend is putting all of these buttons inside of a table and looping through that table so that you can just write this code section only one time. You don't need to write it like 3 different times like I'm doing here. And so now we need to figure out how we can pass in this information to the server to know which button is being pressed. What we can do inside of the server is create additional parameters to let us know which tool we're trying to look for when we are making this purchase. So let's actually create 2 parameters here. The second player, we want to pass in these 2 parameters as well so that we know which tool we're trying to look at. So let's go back into our local script and let's add in our additional arguments. Now remember, player is already implicitly being thrown into here, so we can skip throwing in player. What we do need to put in is the tool name and the tool price. So in quotations, we're going to say sword, and then we'll space it out with a comma, and we will put in the price, which is going to be 10 coins. And then we will do the same thing down here with the flashlight. Oh, I meant to change these to flashlight button, and then down here to knife button, so that we're not doing this like 3 different times. And so now inside of our invoke server function here, let's call this one flashlight, and this one is going to be 15 coins. So now down here, we're going to say knife, and this one's going to be 20 coins. So now we are effectively passing in arguments into this callback so that we know which tool we're talking about. And so first thing we can do is replace our coins value condition. Instead of it being 50 all the time, let's replace this with the tool price, and we'll do the same thing down here when we remove values from the coins. So now we have that done, but now what we will do is we're going to get the tool from server storage, use the tool : clone function, and then put it inside of the player's backpack. The way we're going to do that is by dropping 2 lines down here, or actually 3 lines, after we know that the player has enough to be able to buy this tool. We're going to first check in server storage to see if we're able to find the tool that we're looking for. So what we're going to say is local tool equals game.server storage, and we need to check if it's here. So we're going to say : find first child, open parentheses, close parentheses, and inside of here, we're going to pass in our tool name, because our tool name could be sword or flashlight or knife. So we're trying to look for this inside of our server storage. And now let's check to see if it actually does exist. So we'll say if tool then, we're going to create a clone of that tool and put it inside of the player's backpack. So we'll say local cloned tool equals tool : clone, open parentheses, close parentheses, And then we're going to set the parent of this clone tool. So cloned tool.parent equals the player's backpack, which is going to be player.backpack. So now we have successfully allowed the server to check whether this tool exists inside of server storage. And if it does, like let's say it's a sword, then we're going to clone this tool and we're going to place this inside of the player backpack while also decrementing the coin's value, while also telling the client that this purchase has been successful, and we're going to send this information back to the client. So we're pretty much done here. This was basically our whole script. Now again, there are definitely better ways of handling this code, especially this right here when we're duplicating a lot of stuff by using a table and then looping through all those buttons inside of a loop rather than creating 3 different mouse button one-click events. But other than that, I'd say our system we have is pretty good. So let's test it out inside of our game. All right, so we've loaded into the game. I have 50 coins, and let's see what happens if I try buying this sword. So as you can see, first thing that happened was that it checked if we had enough coins for 10, and it did. So we decremented 10 coins after buying the sword. The second thing that happened was that the server checked server storage to see if it had the sword we were looking for. And it did. So the server created a clone of this tool and put it inside of our backpack. So if we open up our player, and then go to backpack, we can see that our sword has successfully been placed inside of our backpack. So that was successful. And the last thing that happened was that the server sent the message back to the client to tell us that the purchase has been successful. Therefore, we updated this text label to say the purchase has been successful. And we did all of those things using remote functions. Now let's see what happens if we try buying a flashlight. We can see that we now have the flashlight inside of our backpack, and we also decremented 15 coins from buying this one. Now let's try buying the knife, and we have also successfully bought the knife, so it works as intended. Now let's try buying something else. We can't afford anything now, so let's try buying something. And as you can see, the purchase has failed because now we only have 5 coins and not at least 10 to buy any of these. So we're basically done here. And what we got out of this was a pretty nice shop system that allows us to be able to buy these tools. So I hope you found this challenge to be very interesting. I definitely had fun explaining how this shop system worked, and I think we're starting to be able to apply our skills to be able to create actual systems inside of our games. So I think this was buy button remote dot on server info. Now you might be tempted to say :connect function open parentheses close parentheses and enter. This is actually incorrect. This is not the right way to write the syntax for on-server invoke, even though this pretty much is what it is like for on-server event. So you might ask, why is it not like on-server event? Why is the syntax incorrect here? It's important to understand the difference between a callback and an event. I will explain what the difference is once we finish writing our code. As of right now, what you need to know is that this is not the right way to write the on-server invoke syntax, because this is not an event, this is a callback. And the way you structure a callback is that it's basically a function that is structured like this. So after on-server invoke, we say equals function, because we create a new function when we call this on-server invoke with the open parentheses, close parentheses. And the parameters are basically the same way as a on-server event call. So you know how over here we have an on-server event call for remote events, where the first parameter implicitly gives you the player, and then you have whatever other arguments you have over here. It basically works the same way here, where we are giving the player when we call on-server invoke, and then let's hit enter. Now you might notice is that this end has no end parenthesis, while on-server event does have an end parenthesis. So this is something you have to keep aware of, is that there are tiny syntax differences when it comes to using remote events and remote functions. And when you're calling on-server invoke, you have to set this equal to a new function that implicitly passes in the player, much like on-server event, and then it returns, and then it stops this block of code using an end statement without the end parenthesis. So that's something important to know here. So now what we'll do is we will make reference to the player's coins and check if the player has enough coins to be able to buy this button, and then we will subtract 50 currency from the player's inventory. So we're going to first make reference to their leader stats by saying local leader stats equals player.leader stats. And then we will make reference to the coins by saying leader stats.coins. And then we will check if coins.value is greater than or equal to 50. Then we're going to subtract the coins value by 50. We've now provided one-way communication from the client to the server to then tell the server whether the player can buy this button, and if they can, then we will subtract the currency. So right now, this is functioning pretty much the same as a remote event. But now let's get to the interesting part that makes this stand out from remote events, and that is the two-way communication part. So I mentioned that we're able to invoke the server by calling invoke server and then telling the server to do what it needs to do here. But now let's actually send information back to the client to let us know that the purchase has been successful so that we can let the client do something special when we know that the player was able to buy the button. So let's go over here and let's make a Boolean by dropping two lines at the very beginning. So we'll say local purchase successful equals false. And then let's drop a line down here after subtracting 50 coins by saying purchase successful equals true. So this basically lets us know that if the player was able to successfully buy the button, then we set this purchase successful Boolean to true. And now what we'll do is we're going to go down here and use the return keyword to return the purchase successful Boolean. So not only are we invoking the server to buy this button and make computations to be able to get rid of 50 coins from the coin's value, we're also passing back information to the client to let us know that the purchase has been successful. And the way we will get the information back is by declaring a Boolean and setting it equal to this function call right here. So behind our call, let's create a variable. We will call this one local purchase successful equals buy button remote invoke server. So what's going to happen is that this is going to be essentially a Boolean that is set to whatever this function call returns. So when we call invoke server to buy button remote, it's going to go to the server and it's going to first create a Boolean called purchase successful, and then it'll check whether the player can buy the button. If they can, then we're going to set purchase successful equal to true, and then we're going to return whatever the value of purchase successful is back to the client, which is going to be set here. So now this will tell the client whether we know that the purchase has been successful. And let's do that check down here by dropping two lines and saying if purchase successful, then, and when we just put in the Boolean variable here, this is implicitly saying if this is true or not. If this is true, then what we will do is we're going to change the prompt text label. So this text label right here, we're going to change the prompt's text to purchase successful so that we can really let the client know that the purchase has been successful. And let's even change the background color to 2 by saying prompt.backgroundcolor3 equals color3.from RGB. Let's click this color wheel and let's pick light green. And so this will let us know whether the purchase has been successful or not. But we can also make a check to see if it wasn't successful. And we will do this by dropping a line down here and saying else. And now down here, let's just copy this code over here and paste it down here. So then we will say purchase failed instead of success, instead of it being successful. And let's also change this color to red. So now we've successfully made a remote function that basically allows the player to press a button to buy that button by calling the server and telling us whether the player can buy this button or not. If they can, then we will send information back to the client to tell them
Mm. Okay. Okay, let's go. Okay. I'm really good at this. Seven. Apples, banana, and watermelon. Apples 10. Andai kata ku bisa bilang. I'm so tired. Let's start first. Okay, that's good though. That's good, people. That's good. Oh my god, I'm so tired. Terus maaf ya, gue mau bukan apa. Apple, we change it to banana. Banana. Sword. And the last one is close. Tapi sebentar. Oh. Okay, that's good. Tak yakin ada orang lain. Okay, continue again. Okay, it's working now. Yeah. Press. True. Okay, we make another statement here. We gotta allocate it all the stuff, right? Apple button dot. Let's click one. Connect function. Succeed and note-nya, where should I put it? Where should I put it? Screen UI 3 maybe. What? Screen UI 3. That should be it. Because the screen UI 3, the screen UI 2, yes, right. Yeah.
Adding mods? I do. It was me in 2022.
Do that check down here by dropping two lines and saying if purchase here prompt.background color 3 equals color 3 dot
Yeah, it's all right.
RGB. Let's click this color wheel and let's pick light green. And so this will let us know whether the purchase has been successful or not. But we can also make a check to see if it wasn't successful. And we will do this by dropping a line down here and saying else. And now down here, let's just copy this code over here and paste it down here. So then we will say purchase failed instead of success, instead of it being successful. And let's also change this color to red. So now we've successfully made a remote function that basically allows the player to press a button to buy the button.
Just trying to make this process successful. Press success. Identify the button, I guess. I mean, like, called me banana thing, like, handle. No, sword. Sword. Just gotta get the shop action. The local script. Sample remote. Sample invoke. Function. Flare. Zoom item. Price item. Right? It should be like that, I guess. I mean, like, where should you put the...
See our results. Alright, so I've loaded into the game. Let's see if we can buy this by the... Now, from the client. Even if you had shop, alright? These buttons and
This is a button, like, in the local was the button. Server is giving though, so...
back to the client. So we're pretty much.
Oh my god, look at that!
Now again, there are definitely better ways.
Huh? Oh. I'm so confused, bruh. Fuck. My head is messing up. Oh. Oh. Um. Friends, let's go.
Definitely better ways.
Huh?
Of and then looping through all those buttons inside of a loop is how again. So we can clone this tool and we're going to place this. Plug this code.
Please!
Other than that, I'd say our system we have is pretty good for mouse. These close friends. It's inside of being put in the.
Click Brain has been completely rebuilt. Meet Brain 2. Now, work is easy. All I have to do.
So this is going to pack place to store these tools so that we can fetch them by the server. And probably one of the most ideal places is server storage. So let's actually take all of these tools and let's put them inside of server storage. Now what we'll do
Hey! Wow. System is working, bruh. Okay. Yes, 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 yes. It would be working. Bam, bam, bam. Press equals to false. Okay, it's working, chat. Look at that. Now. No, yes, yes. Close, yes, yes, no. Oh my god, I don't have any money. Okay, I gotta take some coins in here. And oh, 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 okay, I got 10 coins now. What should I do? What should I need? That's enough, right? The coin was enough, right? To buy me some apples. Yeah, I got an apples, chat. Yes. Okay, this is done. We just gotta do something. This and like this. We could just change this to flashlight, and then change this to flashlight, and it's negative 25. And then this is sword. Yes. And this is sword. It's 250. Nice line. Yeah. Uh-huh. Not working? Okay, not working too. What happened? Oh, I know. It's because I don't have any money. Look at that. Oh shit, you cannot buy it because you don't have any money, bro. Sling, 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 sling. Minutes 25, I guess. Something 25. Ding, 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 ding. 24. Where is my flashlight? Wait. Something wrong in here. Okay, I have a problem. My god. If press successful, then print like purchased, else print not enough. That's it, chat. Not enough, not enough, not enough. Okay. We gotta change this to like I need another GUI though. I need another GUI. We could say that screen GUI again here. We're gonna put it as okay. Okay. Text box. We're gonna shade it here. Big text box. We're gonna say that purchase. Oh no. Oh, not the border color, bro. Purchase. We'll make it more big, of course. We're gonna set the size. What the fuck? Say not enough. Not enough points. Okay, we gotta change this to border, I guess, and change the rate. No, more like red. I said red. Okay, we gotta apply the screen GUI in here. Some equals true false, and we'll call it again screen local purchase. It's true. Screen GUI3 dot purchase local not enough equals to screen GUI3 dot what? I gotta change this to no. Rename this to no enough. Is this any like active? Okay. It's I don't know. I just right. Once closer true and not enough. Purchase dot I think equals to true. Tax dot wait 3 seconds and then purchase dot active equal to false again. Okay, it should be like this, but in the same things we should say that enjoy3.enable equals to true and then purchase dot active equals to true. Not enough dot active equals to true, but then tax dot wait equals to 3 seconds, and then we make the not enough dot active equals to false again. Okay. This should be working. This should be working, chat. Let's see. These things should be working. No. Here to here. And yeah, we put it in the flashlight, of course. We put it in here. We put it in here still, and yeah, I think that's all. That's it. Interact. Yes. Apples. Not enough coins. Huh? What the fuck? It's bugging. Shit. Oh. Enable pause screen so that enables the pause. Yes. Yes, please. What if I got some? Turn off this. Something like that. Why? I mean, like, it should be enable. What about enable? I think it's not active. Okay. Okay. Wait. What about we just make it should be so much though, but imagine this is a screen GUI tree, and then we make another GUI again called screen GUI again, and text box in here, and we make it like in here, and it's going to be this big, I guess. Okay, and it says not enough screen GUI 4 no, not enough points. We change the background first, something like red and big enough, then set the text from 14 to 30. Okay, screen UI 4. Okay, this is useless as fuck. This is also useless as fuck, and we call screen UI 4 set 4 equals to screen GUI1 dot parents dot screen GUI4 screen GUI4 dot enable equals to false. Yeah, this one. If the price successful, the screen GUI3 is equals to dot enable equals to true, and then tax dot weight equals to 2, and then screen GUI3 dot enable equals to false again. If the other ones screen GUI3 dot 4 dot enable equals to true, and then tax dot weight equals to 2, and then screen GUI4 equals enable equals to false, and it's working for other things in here. Yes, I put it in here and in also here. Bam! Look at my masterpiece, people. Look at that. Bam, bam, bam. Not enough coin. Gone. Okay, I don't have enough coin. You know why? Because I have zero coin. So we gotta need to take a lot of coins in here, like maybe 10 coins. It will be enough to buy the coins, buy the apples. Okay, now I just need some song to play. Okay, the text is gone. Where is it? Try it again. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Holy shit, we got 10 coins. Yay! Ha ha ha! Okay, Dad, I got an apple. I got an apple, Dad. I got an apple. You like my apple? Yeah. Oh my god. I'm so tired, bruh. Yes. I mean, like, I'm so tired with this one. I still don't understand the price item in here. This one also. But you know what? At least I'm doing some codes in here, and I'm really proud of myself. Let's see. Let me just put some random coins collect, I guess, in here, like an audio. We call it collect. Okay, we should put it in the workspace though, or in the sound surface. Yes, coin collected. Yes, and then we need some purchase. Okay, that should be cool, or maybe this. Clang clang. Oh, clang is enough. Clang clang. Yeah. Then not enough. Not. Okay. False. No. What the fuck is this sound, bro? Exciting, alarm, horror, exposure, user interface. Huh? What is that? Wrong, bro. What about wrong? Too much. Okay, should be cool. Okay. Local coin collect equals to game dot sound service dot coin local purchase equals to game dot sound service dot purchase. Local again, wrong, equals to game dot sound service dot wrong. Okay, we gotta put it again in here. Yes. Success mean purchase display. This one is wrong. Play. Okay. We need some sound in here, sound system right there. And we gotta do this and do that, and yeah. Woo! Coin click. Dot some service. It's the coin collect. I'm gonna put it in here, I guess. Coin collect dot play. Yeah. Yep. Yes, it's done, people. I don't have. Oh, yeah. Now I can buy some flashlight. Hmm. I don't understand this one, but yeah. Or. I need to buy some apple though. Where is this coming from? Okay. Okay. At least we are done in here. Another apple. Second apple. Hmm. 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 One more. One more. Two more. Yay! Enough money. Enough money. Better. Sota. 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 Look at that shit. Look at that shit. I'm done. It's time to sleep. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just got some little autism in here. Okay. I'm done with this, people. I like it. I like it. I don't really write the code though, but yeah. You know what? Yeah, I'm just too tired to do a lot of that stuff. But yeah, the rest of it, I like it. Like this one. Yeah, I still not understood though, like how these things works. I could back to here and what? Yeah, and then two item and the price item. Test successfully post false. Result players. Coins install coins. Value. Blah 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 blah. Value negative price item. Yeah, the price item here. And we back the statement in here to back to here again. And we put the okay. It is creating a variable. Something like that. Variable, find the source, tools, clone, equal to be back. Yeah. Alls coins. Okay, we have a three variable in here.
We're going to clone this tool and
Variable.
Variable.
Variable. Variable. Variable.
Variable, yeah, the variable. Yes, this is the variable. It means like x, y, z, something like that. And then we take the variable equals to something in here. Imagine this is x, y, z. Y is equals, find the first child in here. And if we use tools, then blah 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 blah. Wait, what? I want to ask something real quick. Help me know how this function. Now, if the two, if the coins is not enough, it will not run. I only see when the coins rather than the price item, it will be run the code. But And there's the end. Oh, it's outside the if function. If not, it's still false though. Okay. Okay. Understood. At least it's done though. Yes. I'm so tired though. I don't know why. But yeah, people, I think that's all for today because I have to take a rest and a lot of the things I gotta do right now. I gotta move from this place to other place. I gotta move right now. So yeah, I think that's all for today. And the things that I'm gonna say in here is thank you so much for you guys that watching this stream. I really appreciate it that you guys watching this stream. Whoever you are, yeah, watching live or replay, I don't care. But thank you, whoever watched this stream. I really thank you to you all because yeah, it makes me happy if someone give me some advice or something like that when I doing this learning stuff for a whole weeks, and I really like it. Maybe after this I still going to learn some basic stuff of this Roblox Studio until I really understood all of it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and yeah, the last thing I'm gonna say is thank you and see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Thank you guys, thank you so much, thank you, I love you.